I have an Itachi poster just starting off this video. So yeah, I also got a haircut. So if I look weird, yeah. I mean, I look like, if I do this, I look like I have a bowl cut. And if I do this, I look regular, but my hair is just too short to fit my personality. I look tougher than I'm supposed to be. Like, I'm not that tough, I promise. I'm like probably one of the most, I'm just not tough. That's really it. I don't know. I look very weird. I just don't like this haircut. I mean, it was better. It was at some point, but then it was like, eh. Anyways, enough talking about my haircut and enough talking about all that cool looking stuff. I wish I was talking about the haircut, but this video, I had to record this multiple times because I was like, brother, I don't know how to make this video or if this video would come out today. But it's a Monday right now, and here's the thing, and at the time I'm recording this, and today is a Monday, so if it comes out tomorrow or today, I don't know, okay? All I'm saying is today is a Monday, okay? That's all I'm saying. And here's the thing, this all happened today, and I'm just recording because I'm like, why not tell the story? At the same time, this is a really this is crazy. I don't think anyone, not many people has these stuff happen to them. I've heard TikTok stories about them, and even then I don't really believe it. And like, here's the thing, like, I'm the type of guy where I'm like, yeah, I believe in spiritual stuff. I'll feel then and there, but even then I don't feel it often, and when I do, it's strong. Like, most of the times when I feel like spiritual stuff like that, it's always strong. It's always like, it's not weak. When something shows its presence, something shows it's not weak. It will never be weak. It will be strong and mighty. Whether it's a dark presence or a good presence, whatever it is, it just feels strong. I also spat everywhere, but anyway, so it really does feel really strong, and just really, every time I feel stuff like this, it always feels strong. So anyways, moving on. Let's talk about this. So just for you guys to know, I'm not going to be the type of guy who says, hey, this story, I've never had this happen before. Personally, I have had this happen before. Not to this extent. Where, here's the thing, I've had crazier stuff happen, but the reason why I say to this extent, even though this story isn't crazy, it's like this. It's like, okay, imagine you have a giant poster, right? You need 4 tiny nails to hold that poster. That's what the story feels like. It feels like a tiny nail holding something in a bigger picture, and this is why I'm telling a story. Another thing is, I don't believe in, God and stuff like this. I'm not really a firm believer. What I mean that is, I do believe in Jesus, stuff like that, but it's complicated, okay? In the meanwhile, yeah, it is very complicated. It's very weird, I don't really like touching about it. I'm kind of very sensitive about this type of stuff. A lot of people harmed me. A lot of people, just didn't really do really well. Even I harmed people because of religion, and I don't know how to feel about it, really. That's my current stance of religion. So personally, I would just rather take a break and just move on with something. But even then, for some reason, Christianity will never, ever, ever, ever take a break from me, bro. Like, every time I avoid it, in the face. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I think this is one of the moments where that 4th nail is hitting, right? Or that 1st or 2nd nail is hitting. You know what I'm saying? But dude, this story feels like a small nail that's holding something bigger. And like, this is why I'm telling it. Like, I swear. I hope this is a good analogy. I really do. So if you guys like it, I'm just saying. Oh my God, bro. I am so cringy. Anyways, so here I am. I don't have to start this video. This is, oh my God. I did this on TikTok. It was a lot easier, but now, I mean, looking back at it, giving it time, it feels unbelievable. It's short. It's supposed to be short, but I'm probably going to make it longer just to make it more extrinsic. I can't speak. Make it more fantastic, okay? But anyways, I'm just diving into it. Sorry for wasting your time. I'm just being myself. It's a very unused story, so I'm kind of like trying to make a little humor. Trying to like make light out of it, even though it's not. It's very iffy. So anyway, so this is what happens, okay? So I wake up in the morning, I gotta go to work, and obviously I wake up like 2 hours early. And I'm like, brother, I need to go to work. I wake up 2 hours early daily, and just well, why not? Let's go to work. I don't work daily, okay? Just letting you know. Like, I don't. Like, I just wake up for some reason on that same time every time. It's annoying, but it's that. So here I am, I'm waking up early, like I always do, 2 hours early, okay? I was like, you know what? Whatever, I'm gonna play some video games, whatever. Mind you, I wanted to get a cross, okay? So in my head, I was like, bro, I feel like I should get a cross. But I was thinking of getting it today. Even then, I wanted to get it on Wednesday, which is supposed to be, you know, the next following day. Because that's the day where, you know, I just feel like I wanted to get it. I was like, yeah, I'll get it on Wednesday, you know. I always have time to get a cross. I wake up early, obviously, not thinking about the process, like either getting it today or whatever. So anyways, after that, I go to work. I work in the cashier area, so I go to work, obviously. I work in grocery, and I go there, and I'm like, you know, scanning stuff, doing my usual business. Lunch hits. I'm like, I'm starving. I'm hungry. I'm going to clock out. People, you know, like, obviously, they say, hey, clock out, whatever. So here I am. I'm clocking out. I'm doing everything I can. I'm just moving on. I think when I say moving on, I mean like literally just moving on. Everything is moving on. And I'm just like, I'm starving. I'm hungry. And I wasn't really thinking about the cross for a tiny bit. Mind you, I did want to have a cross for years. And I've always wanted it for a certain reason, which I won't really say in this video at all. But I really did want one. The only problem is I just couldn't get it. So anyways, I'm like, let's get a cross. I'll probably get it on Wednesday, okay? But like 30 minutes in, I'm eating my lunch and all that stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get Christmas shopping. I'm like, I need to get something, right? I need to. So here I am, I'm getting my Christmas shopping done. And the first stop I do is not Christmas shopping. The first stop I do was this cross. For some reason, my head goes, bro, you need a cross now. Like my head was like cross, right? It wasn't like that. It was literally like, hey, you need a cross, just get a cross, you know, don't wait till tomorrow. Like, literally, that's what I felt like. So I was like, you know what, why not, let's do it. And here it is, this unease, you know, not unease feeling, but this feeling where it's like, I have to need a cross. So I'm like, grab a cross, you know, I'm like, this cross I actually liked from the very beginning, and I couldn't really afford it. Now I can because I have a job, so why not? So I am getting this nice, beautiful, gentle cross. If you see right here, this is the cross I choose, okay? It was $17 and some cents, but I don't think you guys care on how much it is. But anyways, y'all don't care. Anyways, while my buzz cut head, why am I bringing my buzz cut? Sorry. I just feel so uneasy telling this video. Like, I just feel like I just want to make jokes or something like that. Because, like, it does feel uneasy telling the entire, like, story. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, here I am. I'm getting this cross. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta get Christmas shopping, and I go ahead and scan all my stuff, and I pay for everything. I literally, I was like, oh my God, dude, I have to go now. Like, I'm already running late, right? I'm already running late from lunch. Like, serious, late to work. Like, bro, I need it, like, to do it now. And when I say now, I mean, I was like, what? Already like a minute or two late. So it's like I just have to put my stuff in. I just have to put it somewhere, you know, where no one can steal it, and then I'll wear my cross later. My mind was, let's just wear the cross later. Screw about work. Screw whatever. I mean the other way around. It was like, screw the cross. Screw whatever. You know, I have to go to work. I have to do this now. That's literally what I was thinking in my head. It's like, here I am. I literally just wanted to go to work. I'm just like, bro, I got a cross. I got what I needed. I've always wanted it for years. Let's just go to work. My body and mind didn't want that for some reason. I go ahead and I put this, you know, my Christmas stuff in a safe place, and I go ahead and I pick the cross. I just pick it up. You know, I pick it up where the Christmas is. I also forgot to mention, I also bought like personal hygiene stuff, so I picked it up there. And even then, like, it was like I just picked it up. But anyways, I decided to pick my cross up, and I just decided to try to open it. So I'm tearing it apart. I don't have the pieces, but I literally tear the box apart. It wasn't really a box. It was like a cardboard stuff. You know what I'm saying? They put like the necklace in there, and then the crosses. Yeah, so you'll know what I'm talking about. But like, I was tearing it apart. For some reason, it took me 30 minutes to open it, and in my head, the entire 30 minutes was, you need to open this cross now for some unknown reason. Like, I wanted to go to work, but I couldn't because I needed to literally go ahead and open the cross now because I just wanted to go to work. But then at the moment, I was like, for some reason, my head goes, you know what, screw work right now. You have to open the cross. Like, this is an emergency. Like, my head was trying to comprehend the fact that I needed to wear a cross now. Even, like, I didn't know why I needed to wear a cross. While I opened it, I almost put it on. You know, I opened it. doing all that stuff, and all of a sudden, it took me 30 minutes to open. I put it on, right, almost, but then all of a sudden I say, and this is the part where I didn't really mean to say. I was thinking about it, but the thing is, I just didn't mean to say it or even think about it. It wasn't even on my head. It was something. Well, it was something that's like on my head, but it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's just not there, right? It's not there at all. It was not supposed to be there, not supposed to be at all. It just came out. At the same time, it was in my head, but then I just say it out loud. I just say, we live in a dangerous world. I need to wear this cross right now. That's what I said. My mouth says it, okay? I didn't mean to say this, right? And at the same time, I was thinking it. At the same time, I didn't mean to think it. At the same time, I wanted to say, you know what? It felt like that. I felt very weird and uneasy at the same time, so I don't know how to really describe it. It just felt like it was me talking, but at the same time, it wasn't. That's the thing. Not someone putting it in my heart. It was something that I felt in a while, like for a very long time, and I just wanted to, say it at the same time I wasn't thinking it. So here I am like 30 minutes from lunch. I'm 30 minutes late, and I clocked out, right? So I clocked out early, but I'm like 30 minutes late for lunch. In my head, I'm like, I need to open the cross. I just need to open it. So I opened the cross, and so this is how I put the cross. And keep in mind, so the cross wasn't like this, okay? So keep in mind, the cross isn't like this. This is how the cross was, and this is how the hoodie was. So here's the thing: I put the cross right here, okay? And so it was like this. Probably, so you couldn't really see it. So I was standing up most of the time. The only thing you could see is probably maybe this part here or this part. But even then, you would probably only see like maybe a tiny fraction, to the point where you could probably think it's part of the clothing. I was wearing white clothing. It was kind of something like this, but it was a Mickey Mouse shirt, okay? So it was like a Mickey Mouse sweatshirt, okay? It was thicker and better. Mickey Mouse is good, okay? I was just saying. Also, I like Adidas, so I have a whole bunch of Adidas and Nikes and stuff like that. But mostly Mickey Mouse. I like Mickey Mouse, so I sometimes wear it. I just don't ever wear it. I don't ever wear Mickey Mouse. But yeah, it was like that Adidas shirt. Instead, it was Mickey Mouse. So I was wearing this, brightly colored shirt. And again, the only thing you could probably see is probably like probably this much, not very little. And so I'm 30 minutes late from lunch, right? 30 minutes late, and obviously people were looking for me, and they're like, "Bro, where were you?" I was like, "Hey, sorry, I lost track of time," which was true. While my head was like, "Bro, there's my head was like, bro, screw work, screw right now. You need to wear this now." And at the same time, I didn't know how long, how like, I can't speak, how long the time passed. So I literally didn't know. I was forced trying to open the cross, right? And I'm trying to open it, actually. And so while I'm trying to open this cross, right, here's the thing. Here's the most creepiest part about this entire thing is while I'm opening this cross, I put it on, okay? Now let's go back for a little bit. I put it on, okay? Before I meet with anybody, I put it on, and I feel an unease energy. It's just something that felt unease, something that felt weird. It just didn't feel normal. It felt like power, but power you've really never felt before. It wasn't powerful or it wasn't weak. It was something that is peaceful yet scary and felt weird. Another thing I forgot to mention in my TikTok video, and yeah, I did post a TikTok video, and I forgot to mention it actually at all. But what I forgot to mention about my TikTok video is this one specific thing, and that, my body did feel like it was healing. Like, it really did feel like it was healing, yet alone I felt unease, and I felt like it felt heated, and it felt really hot. At the same time, my body was somewhat healing somewhat. And like my mind was, my spirit was here. It felt weird. It felt very weird. And honestly, I was like, okay, this is weird, okay? So here I am, obviously. I'm like, well, this is weird. At the same time, I feel unease and all that stuff. So I go ahead and talk to them. And it's like, sorry, I lost track of time. And then they just told me to go to the next place. I think they had enough, but even then, I was like tired, right? I was like, whatever. Okay, so go ahead. And I go in, and I'm just scanning through stuff. And all of a sudden, okay, a customer comes to me, right, and she's like putting her stuff. Of course, I'm scanning everything, and I am getting a receipt. Okay, so I'm getting her receipt, and here I am. I'm getting her receipt, and I'm like giving it to her. So I'm like giving it to her with like this or like this, but whatever it was, it was like this. Okay. So I'm kind of giving her receipt like this or like this. I don't really remember, but I do remember while I was giving her the receipt, okay, she touched my hand. And it was like a touch. It was like she kind of grabbed my hand a little bit. It was like a little touch. I was like, okay, this is a little weird for a split second, because I don't really like being touched. You know, it's like, just don't, like, well, I'm giving you the receipt. I'm giving it to you like this. Don't touch me. I don't know. That's who I am. I'm just like, just take it. Please. But anywho, I'm just like, you know, just take it, right? But anyways, as soon as she touched it, right, you know, I was literally about to think that. But then she said something weird. She said, and I quote, I don't like the bracelet. Or, sorry, a more exact replica. I don't like the bracelet. I don't know how to act, so it was like that. Let's just say it was like that, okay? It was very uneasy and very creepy in a weird way. First of all, no, I did not wear a bracelet, okay? That's the first thing. Second of all, I caught her saying necklace, okay? That's the thing that I forgot to mention too, is I actually did caught her to say necklace, okay? I did, literally. Like, she literally goes like, bracelet. Like, she stutters with the necklace, and then she goes bracelet. So she doesn't really complete it, but I caught her in a weird way, and she goes bracelet. And she says it very soft. Very soft, so not many people could hear it. I don't know if anybody heard it, but just not many people heard it at all. And here's the thing, while all of that's happening, I'm still feeling this unease energy. My mind isn't working properly. Like, literally, you could feel the energy coming from the cross. Sure, my mind was healing, my body was healing, everything was like it felt like that, but at the same time, it felt unease and it felt really bad. And like, I don't know what it was like spiritual sickness for some weird reason. I wore the cross. I mean, I'm fine now, but I wore the cross, but it just felt very uneasy, felt very weird, and I just felt very, I guess, spiritually sick. While my mind is healing, while everything is healing, blah, 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 you know, all of that stuff, you know, she, all of a sudden, she touches me and she goes, I don't like the bracelet, or I was like, what? Like, I know she meant to say necklace, but it felt weird, right? And at the same time, again, this is not going well, because again, my mind is like racing, because first you're saying this, and then after that, I'm getting weird energy from this. Like, bro, I'm trying to work here. Like, literally, I was like feeling like I'm just trying to work here, right? I'm just like, I don't want to feel this right now. I just want to pick my stuff and move, okay? Just please. But no, you know, I just wanted to pick my stuff and move, right? And I was like, no. That's not how it would work, right? So obviously I'm thinking about this. I'm like messing one or two things up, and I couldn't focus, right? And like, I just can't focus. I can't really focus on anything right now but that incident. It felt so weird to me because for some reason, again, like from the beginning, something told me I had to wear it now. And keep in mind, I was supposed to get it on Wednesday. I wanted to get it on Wednesday. At least if I would got it today, I would have literally wore it towards the end. But I just didn't want to wear it now. And again, something just told me I had to wear it now, and all of a sudden, you know, this happened, and I'm racing, and I'm heart racing. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe she saw it. Maybe she knew it was a cross, because, you know, it was probably there. Now, I think I got the last one. I'm not entirely 100% sure. I'm pretty sure there was another one, but even then, I'm not entirely 100% sure. So, but I do think, like, she probably saw it in the store or something. So maybe she probably saw this part and correlated it maybe with the cross in the store. But even then, there's a lot of crosses within that store, or I mean, necklaces within that store that looks something like this. I mean, I would hope so. It doesn't have to be a cross, and not just like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't even have to know that it was from the store. It could be like from a different. It could literally be a circle or something. Like, I don't know like how she knew it was like something like that. And that's the creepy part, is because again, the cross was, guess what, tucked in inside my sweatshirt. So it's tucked in my sweatshirt. No one could see. The only thing you could see is this part, and even then, everything was tucked in. Nobody knew what the hell like was going on. It's like, because literally nobody was like watching me, because I was like there, like the cross was there. So anywho, so here I am. I'm like with this nice little cute little cross. Okay, so I'm like, well, I'm feeling a little bit uneasy. I'm feeling a little bit whatever, but I'm moving on. Let's just see how it goes. So at the same time, I'm feeling this unease, I'm feeling all of this, and I'm like, why did she say that, right? Like, that came out of nowhere. Like she like most people, when they accidentally touch me or something, they just grab it. They don't say anything, right? Maybe I'll think something, but even then, like, they don't say anything. This is very random and yet very, very, very strange. That accent came out very, very weird, but this, anyways. This was very random and very strange. This is not a normal behavior to see at anybody. Nobody should be going, I don't like that necklace, and they don't even know what the hell you're wearing at all. That's what makes it very strange, actually. But anyways, I then, after that, I'm going ahead. I'm just like, my mind's racing. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for the next break. As soon as I say that, you know, one of the managers come up to me and say, go on your next break. So I'm on the 15-minute break. But before I go on the 15-minute break, I have the courage to talk to another coworker. I asked her, hey, do you see like, do you see my necklace? You see like my necklace, you know, I bought this, right? I show her my necklace. I was like, hey, I bought this, and you hear, and all of that stuff. I tell her the story, a quick summary of the story, and she goes, huh, no, the only thing I see is this part. Even then, like, again, this is tucked in, by the way. Like, this is not supposed to be outside. This was tucked in. So, like, even then, if you could probably see a print, the print was barely noticeable. Even then, it looked like a triangle or something. I actually didn't see a print or anything, so I don't know. The only thing I like literally what she said is she told me that she only saw this part right here. Other than that, she didn't see nothing at all. This is very strange and very creepy, and I was like, what? How did you know? What? But anyways, I'm still trying to like find out how the hell she knew. Anyways, I go to work, right? I mean, I'm in work, but anyways, I go to break, right? And I'm in break, and I'm like, you know what? I need time off. So I'm in break for 15 minutes. I'm just relaxing for a little bit. I'm just, you know, I'm like, what? Like, bro, I don't know what happened. For 10 minutes, I was just like, you know, just saying all these stuff out. I was just like, what happened? How did she know? What's going on? Anyways, the coworker comes in, you know, sits by me. We chat for a little bit, and then I leave. That's pretty much how it ends. That's the entire story. And that story literally took, 10, 15 seconds, and I talked about it for 21 minutes. That's damn impressive. I accidentally ended the video, but that was damn impressive, me talking for 21 minutes and literally just me telling the story. Well, that's pretty cool. But anywho, now I'm just looking back at it, and I'm like, what the actual hell happened? Who was she? How did she know I was wearing something like this? More importantly, that's a really weird, a strange thing to say. Even though, here's the thing, that's not a normal behavior type stuff. You don't go randomly to a random person without knowing that they wear a necklace or even probably have this, you don't even know what the necklace looks like. And it goes, I hate that bracelet. Or necklace or whatever. You don't go to that, anybody, right? She wasn't, I generally don't know. And here's the thing, though, I just don't know. I mean, the only thing that I know happened was, you know, she said it, and even then I was like, what's going on? One more thing I forgot to mention is that, you know, she was a little bit older. She did look like she was in her 70s or 80s or something like that. But, you know, she looked young enough to be in her 50s or 60s. I don't know. She looked very old, but yet she was a little bit young. I don't know. It's weird. You know the whole saying, you know, celebrities, you know, age backwards? That's what she kind of looked like a little bit, where I could tell she was a little bit older, but at the same time, she looks very young. I'm not saying the whole conspiracy theory crap where it's like, these type, like rituals make themselves look younger. I don't believe in that stuff, but I do believe what happened. That's literally what I do believe. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my story. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's all I can say. Overall, that's it. And I'll see you guys later. I am generally confused. I'm a little bit shocked. I'm a little bit I'm there, but I'm trying to process what the hell is going on. But who knows? We won't know until we get some answers. So either way, that's pretty much all I gotta say. And other than that, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm tired because I told the story 10 different times. This is around my 4th hour telling you guys this story. I'm kidding. This is my 5th hour probably. It's pretty late right now, so I'm telling you the story. This is my last time telling you the story, and I don't even know because I don't know how to describe this story at all. I know this story is very strange, yet it's so small, yet it feels like it's holding a bigger picture. And here's the thing, I know this entire thing literally lasted for around 1 minute. The entire situation. Cut down the extra, I could probably tell you the story in 20 or 30 seconds max. But I want to just tell you guys a more deeply rooted story because, why not? But at the same time, you guys probably could help me understand what the hell happened. I still just have doubts. I still am trying to figure out what the hell happened. I actually like be like, what's going on? Another thing is, people could say, well, this could be a coincidence. Well, the thing is, I just don't believe in coincidences. Something about this just doesn't feel right, especially the lady, the way that she said it. Personally, I didn't really feel anything off about her or anything like that. It's just the way that she said it, and all of a sudden came out. It's just something just really off. It felt bad. It felt horrible. It felt weird, and it felt very terrible. And I swear it sounds made up, but it's generally true, and it terrifies me till this freaking day. Oh my god, bro. Like, I mean, it literally happened today, and it's probably going to terrify me for a very long time, because the thing is, I've never met something like that. That is creepy as living hell. Saying that to a random, I know I'm yapping a lot towards the end here, but I just bear with me, okay? Do you believe in coincidences? Like, here's the thing, and here's this thing I'm trying to wrap around is, hold on. The thing I'm trying to wrap around is, here's the thing. Who in the right mind would say, this is a coincidence, okay? When you felt earlier, this was not a coincidence. This felt something weird. Earlier, like I said, I felt like I had to put the cross on. I just didn't really feel anything but that. And then towards the end, it just doesn't feel like it's a coincidence. Even at the moment, I just didn't feel like it's a coincidence. Something about this just doesn't feel right, even towards me, and I just don't know how to explain it. This entire story just feels very, even me saying it feels very off. And yes, it happened to me. I am doubting it to the core. I'm even doubting it to the point, did it really happen? Did this actually happen? Because nothing like this happens every day, okay? I mean, it really doesn't happen daily. It doesn't. Like, if it does, I won't even question it, But no, dude, did this really happen? Like, that's the entire point. Like, what the hell just happened for a sec? I know on TikTok I probably said it like in full confidence. Even then, I'm like halfway confident. I'm like, what just happened? Like, I still don't get it. How did you know? How did you know, not to say necklace? Like, that's weird, right? Like I saw her, I saw her lips, and I heard her saying neck, right? I was like, the N-word. Not the actual N-word, but, but then, she goes, bracelet, you know what I'm saying? It feels very weird, very off. This entire thing just doesn't sit right to me, and it just doesn't feel like it was good. But overall, I got this cross with me now. I literally went to the Bible, and I was like praying on this. I practically blessed this cross, okay? Because the thing is, I do believe in something called curses, and the thing is, if anyone could, curse you, this will protect you. Even though I'm not a firm believer in like all of that stuff, but to be fair, I do believe that this can protect you. Like I said, I have a lot of questions, a lot of things to learn. Again, I'm young, I'm healthy, so I can learn them now. I'll learn them. I'll see every questions that people have. I believe everything gets answered. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. But again, this cross, like, I generally do feel like this cross did help me, even though I'm not a firm believer or like affirm something. Like, just doesn't feel, you know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, this situation feels weird. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I know I was supposed to get off a long time ago. I burped, okay? So I cut it out, okay? So it doesn't be gross. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Peace out and take care. Bye.